Hi, this is Greg McCoach, editor of the Mining Speculator. We're here in Vancouver, Canada at the Metals Investor Forum, September of 2019. Today, for our first interview, I'm interviewing Scott Trebilcock of KORE Mining, and this is the first time you've been to the Metals Investor Forum.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, glad to have you. So I always like with new interviews, first timers at the Metals Investor Forum, just give us the basics, your stock symbol, share structure, cash on hand, just to start off.
Yep, so we trade on the V under the symbol KORE,
KORE.
K-O-R-E.
Yep.
We also have the commensurate Frankfurt listing it comes with. We're currently working on an OTCQX
Yep.
listing. That's still to come because we
Yep.
recognize we're likely to have shareholders in the U.S. in the future.
Right.
And it's nice they can buy.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Capital structure, so we've got currently 89 million shares out. Management owns 50% of them.
Wow.
So I'm proud to be an owner that I truly believe aligns
Yeah.
my actions with that of shareholders.
Right.
We also have Eric Sprott in at 12%.
Wow.
He put $3 million into the company. It just closed a week ago. So we can talk a little bit about how we plan to use his money. And then we've got Macquarie Bank. And the actual bank, not their clients,
Right.
are in for 5%. And they're in for a specific purpose of just one of the assets, and that's the permitting asset in California.
Cool. So let's get into that. The two projects, one is in California and one is in British Columbia.
That's right.
So your flagship would be the California project?
Yeah, the flagship's called Imperial.
Imperial?
Imperial is an old project that was shelved by Glamis in the 90s after they failed to permit it under the Clinton administration.
Right.
The project then got sucked into Goldcorp when Goldcorp took over Glamis and sat on the shelf really ever since with no work done on the project. We got lucky at KORE as a private company, bought the asset from Goldcorp in 2017 for a small bullet payment at the time and some future payments. And Macquarie's put the money in the company after doing diligence. They believe that you can get the project permitted in today's environment.
Right.
So we're going to go out, redo the engineering because a lot of things have changed in California since
Oh, boy.
1996.
Yeah.
That's right. We got the backfill law to comply with and other environmental regs. So we're going to update the technical work with Macquarie and restart permitting the project in early 2020.
Okay. So Eric Sprott, what was his level of interest? What intrigued him about that? Let's talk about that.
Yeah, so I guess the tagline I like to say that really attracted Eric is we have 5 million ounces of resources in the company at a $5 an ounce valuation. And I think Eric's first thing was, how do I get exposure to that? That was sort of his gut reaction. Now, when we met with him and actually got into the sort of heart of the assets, KORE is a portfolio company. So we have that development project that's going into permitting we talked about. That's 2.2 million of the ounces.
Okay.
We also have, and then we have 3 exploration projects, as you said, another one in California and the project in BC that hosts the rest of the ounces.
Right.
And Eric wants to see us invest money with the drill bit because he believes that's how you drive shareholder value,
Right.
delivering nice drill results into the market.
Yeah.
We've got nice shallow deposits. The one in California is another oxide gold, but we believe it's a fully intact epithermal, being there should be some high-grade sulfides under it.
Right.
And some of the historic drilling done by Royal Gold back in the 80s, bottoms in 3, 4, 5 gram intercepts, but it was sulfides. They would just stop.
Oh yeah.
Right? In those days, they were looking for oxide gold,
Oxide
heap
gold.
leach,
Yeah.
quick and dirty. They hit sulfides. That was bad news in
Yeah,
those
yeah.
days.
Oh, yeah.
But we look at it and we're like, you terminate a hole in 5 grams. I mean, and you think in today's world, that's craziness.
Right. Right.
But they just didn't care. So we've done some geophysics to try and figure out, matching up with some of those drill results, where those roots of that system might be. And we want to go down and target some of the more boiling zone parts of that epithermal with some of Eric's drill money. Now, it's all fairly shallow drilling, so we can get some good bang for the buck.
Yeah.
Put 10, 20 holes for
Yeah.
500-600 grand. So that's first use. Second use is we're going to go drill out another deposit that was drilled in a different time. Called
In California too?
Nope, this next one in BC.
Oh, this one's big.
Called the Fraser Gold Project.
Fraser, okay.
It was drilled by a company called Eureka in 2006 and 7.
Yeah.
And those days, hopefully you were in the market in those days, it was fast money.
Oh yeah.
Every time someone put a drill hole, share price went up, you raised more money, and it was just bang, bang,
Boom,
bang.
boom, yeah.
So they had discovered a unit right near the Mount Poly mine in the Golden Triangle in BC, right up in the Cariboo,
Yeah.
and had put a hole in it, raised some money, and just kept stepping out and stepping out and stepping out. It was great at the time. When they went to go do a resource on it, however, it was 800,000 ounces at 0.8.
Wow.
Yeah. go, so what? What a waste of money. It's uneconomic. So, we inherited that project because we did an RTO of the junior that owned that project. And we went and looked at it thinking, is this really nothing or is there perhaps something to it? And like a lot of these news stories, you take that information and you look at it with, the easy tools we have available to us today. And within that resource, though, there's some really nice intercepts.
Yeah.
It's 3-4 meters of 30 grams. You got a meter of over 100 grams, and there's probably 20 of those types of intercepts in that resource. So maybe this isn't a disseminated ore body. Maybe there is some high grades we can put together to create an underground, smaller volume ounces, but higher grade story, and then chase those to depth where they weren't able to go. So we're going to flip the drills around and go down with the stratigraphy instead of against it, and see if we can put some of those high grades together. And that was sort of the second use of Eric's money.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds like it's an exciting situation and a rising market for the precious metals. And what part of California is the first project in? What part of the state?
The development project?
Yeah.
Way down the south. So it's literally, you can see the wall, border of Mexico.
Really? That far down?
Yeah, down in Imperial County, right near Yuma, Arizona.
Okay, yeah, I know.
Just in the deserts of California, about 10 miles the other side of Yuma across the California border.
Yeah.
It's about 10 miles from the Mesquite mine. Mesquite is used to be New Gold. Equinox bought it lately.
Yeah.
And it's just about 10 miles downtrend between that and another old closed mine called Picacho.
Yeah.
So nice mining jurisdiction. The good news is because there's an operating mine in the county, it's a place in California where a large part of their tax base and a lot of people living there work in the mining business.
Wow.
And we believe it's that local support that should allow us to permit the project. Yeah.
Yeah. So what about your background in mining? Where did you come from? People always want to know about the people behind the company. So let's deal with that.
Yeah, absolutely. So myself, I'm a process engineer. I also got an MBA, both from Queen's, best university in Canada, by the way. Worked at Hatch and Noranda coming out of school. Right. The mining sector was broken after I did my MBA in 2000. I looked around, ended up taking a job in the US as a management consultant, and spent 8 years fixing kind of broken American companies. Yeah. Decided that I didn't actually want a career there. Moved back to Canada in 2007 and ran across the CEO of Nevsun Resources.
Oh boy.
I ended up spending a decade at Nevsun helping them build the mine in Eritrea.
Oh, that was a big win.
Buy reservoir and get the company sold.
Yeah, so that was a big win there. We made money on that one, Nevsun, yeah.
Yep, it took longer than I thought. I thought in 5 years we could sell the company after a deal, but it took us 9. But it was a great result in the end. And I'm in the company now with KORE, with the chairman of the company, James Hines. James was very successful finding aggregate deposits up in the oil sands district of Alberta, selling those into Lafarge, made a fair amount of money, and he's the one who funded this company privately to buy these assets at the bottom of the cycle. So great timing. He's a geologist from New Brunswick. Yeah. And then we've got 3 independent directors, Don McDonald from Norzinc, Brendan Cahill, the CEO of Exelon, and Harry Poncrat, who was at Hive Blockchain and a Macquarie banker before that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I think we got a nice little core team of guys, brand new equity to the story, so we're just trying to get more eyeballs on it.
Super. Well, I think you've come to the right place to have that happen.
Absolutely. Thanks,
Scott.
All right.
Good to meet you.